In this video, I'll be talking about equation with irrational roots. Equations with irrational roots, that's what I'll be looking into. What is equation with irrational root, or what are equations with this irrational root? So equations in the form of x plus b equals to c, just so you are seeing on the screen on my screen, is what you call equation with irrational root. Equation in this format is what you call equation with irrational root. So how are we going to solve this type of equation? So the first step basically is just one. If you observe the equation, we have it to be of the format x plus b all into bracket square equals to c. So to solve this equation, basically the step you have to take is one, take the square root of this side, then you have plus or minus square root of the other side, then you can simplify. It's as simple as that. So the first one, take the square root of both sides, using plus or minus at the right hand side. Then after that one, you simplify by collecting a like term and do other necessary simplification. And you should know that this particular equation or this topic we are dealing with is the pathway for you to understand completing the square method. So let's dive into it. So let's look at the first example I'm having in this place. We are required to solve the equation x plus 7 square equals to 25. So how do I solve this type of equation? Step one, just like I told us earlier, is just number one is what? Take the square root of both sides. Take square root of both sides. Take square root of both sides. And what am I going to do? That will simply give me x plus 7 all into bracket square is equals to 25. I will take the square root of this side, then plus or minus square root of the second side. From this, I'm going to have x plus 7 equals to plus or minus square root of 25 will give me 5. Remember, square and square root has cancelled at the left-hand side. That will give me 5. Then from here, I can calculate the like term. I will have x to be equals to minus 7 plus or minus 5. Then, since we are having plus or minus there, we can actually split the equation down into two, and that will simply give me x to be equals to minus 7 plus 5, or x equals to minus 7 minus 5. And that will simply give us minus 7 plus 5. That should be minus 2, or you have x to be equals to minus 12. So it's as simple as that. So let's take the second example. So if you look at the second example I'm having here, it's similar to what we have the other time. You still follow the pattern of equation with irrational root. Equation with irrational, remember we said is the format of x plus b or plus or minus b on bracket square equals to c. So if you look at what I'm having here, x plus b is the same thing as y minus 2 over 3 equals to. It's not necessarily x that you have there. Don't forget you can have any other letter. And it's not necessary that you have plus, you can have plus or minus, just that everything must follow the pattern of the equation that you are seeing above there. So how do we solve this? Step one, let me use another marker. Step one is going to be 1. If you look at the my right-hand side there, the fraction we'll have there is improper fraction. So it's mixed fraction. We need to convert it into improper fraction. So how do I go about it? This is same thing as y minus 2 over 3 all into bracket square equals to 4 times 25 will give us 100 plus 121 plus 21 will give us 121 divided by 25. Then now from this level, we can take square root of both sides. Take square root of both sides. Don't mind my abbreviation. Take square root of both sides. So if you're taking square root of both sides, I'm going to have the square root of y minus 2 over 3 all into bracket square is equals to square root of plus or minus square root of 121 divided by 25. Square and square root we go. So I'm going to be left with y minus 2 over 3 all into bracket, which is that bracket is not necessary though, equals to plus or minus square root of 121. That should give us 11, and square root of 25. That should give us 5. Then I can do my CLT, meaning collect the like terms. I'm going to have y now to be equals to, remember I'm having minus 2 over 3 here. If you take it to the other side, that will give me plus 2 over 3 plus or minus 11 over 5. Then find the LCM, and that will simply give me 15. How many 3 can I get in 15? That would be 5. 5 times 2 will give us 10, plus or minus. How many 5 can I get in 15? That should be 3. 3 times 11 will give me 33. So from here now, we can now split the sign. We can say either y is equals to 10 plus 33 over 15, or we have y equals to 10 minus 33 over 15. And that will simply give us y to be equals to. So we are going to have y to be equals to 10 plus 33 will give me 43 over 15. Or you have 10 minus 33, that will give you minus 23 over 15. So we can simplify to the last level, meaning in mixed fraction format. That will give us y now to be equals to 15 in 43. That will give me 2 whole number, 13 over 15. Or you have 15 in minus 23. That will give me minus 1 whole number, 8 over 15. 8 over 15. And that is going to be a final answer for the second example that we'll have it. You can always pause back and replay in case any step I've taken is not clear. The next example we have is p plus 2 square equals to 12. So to solve this one, follow the same format. This one we don't have any fraction to be converted here. So that will simply be p plus 2 equals to plus or minus square root of 12. If I take the square root of both sides, I believe you should have gotten the step. That's why I skipped issue of writing the square root and cancelling it here. If not, I'm supposed to have maybe put this square root of this so that these answers will cancel out. So from here now we have p plus 2 equals to plus or minus square root of 12. Then we have two options there. Depends on what you're having in WAEC or JAM or IGCSE. They can ask you to leave your answer in sort form. If they ask you to leave your answer in sort form, let us collect the like term here first. I'm going to have p to be equals to, this is plus 2. If I take it to the other side, I will turn to minus 2 plus or minus square root of 12. I can have it like this. Now, from this level now, we can have this to be equals to a minus 2 plus or minus square root of 12 in root form. If you press calculator for this in root form, that should give us 2 root 3. That is solved. I don't want to dive into that so that I will not cause any confusion. If you press calculator for this one in solved form, we are going to have minus 2 plus or minus square root of root 3. That will be our final answer for this place in sort form. In sort form. Or if it is in decimal, that will tend to, or in decimal, meaning if you want to leave the answer in decimal form, we are going to have p to be equals to minus 2 plus or minus square root of 12. Square root of 12, let me get the value of square root of 12. Root 12. So square root of 12 should give me, a moment please, in decimal, 3.46 plus or minus 3.46. That's what I got here. Then I can split the sign now as usual. So I can say either p equals to minus 2 plus 3.46 or minus 2 minus 3.46. Simplify further, I'm going to have it to be minus 2 plus 3.46 to give me 1.46 or minus 5.46. So it depends on what exam mention, and if it is objective, it depends on the kind of option that you're having there. That will determine the kind of step you're going to make it. So the fourth example we have is we have 2 into bracket of n plus 3 all into bracket square equals to 200. So to solve a question like this, number one, since we have something that can divide both sides, because we are having n plus 3 into bracket square has a coefficient of 2, and we have 200 on the other side. So the best step we're supposed to take is first divided by 2, divided also by 2. So 2 and 2 we cancel out. So I'm going to have this to be m plus 3 all into bracket square will be equals to 200 divided by 2, give me 100. Take the square root of this side, take the square root of this side. That will give me m plus 3 now equals to, remember we must put plus or minus at the other side, plus or minus 100. Then from this we can do CLT. That will be what now? M now equals to minus 3 plus or minus square root of 100. That should give us 10. So I'm going to have this to now be m equals to, remember we put either, we split the sign in between them. So we have either m equals to minus 3 plus 10 or minus 3 minus 10. So we have m to be equals to minus 3 plus 10 will give me 7, or minus 3 minus 10 will give me minus 30. And that's minus 13. That will give us minus 30. And that is how we are going to solve this particular problem. So equation with irrational root is as simple as what we have done here. And we are going to make use of it when solving problem under quadratic equation. So We have more examples that we can actually make use of. So in the next video, I'll be talking about how to make an expression completing the square format, how to convert a quadratic expression to completing the square format, or to make it a perfect square format. That is what we'll be looking into in the next video. So you can try this one and tell me. You can actually mention your answer in the chat or in the comment section for me to know whether you can get it right or not. See you in the next video. And again, this is the platform for MyTutorPlus.